The live stream of tonight's podcast is made possible by our buddy Ian Service over at podcastaccelerator.com.
The Bulldogs will have to beat North Bay while Shoresy's family reunion's underway, but half the team's gone missing and Shoresy's sisters are kissing? Yeah, so if you can't win, don't play.
Tanya, you ready?
Yes.
Good, because you're fucking going.
Yeah! Matt, you ready?
Yes.
Good, because you're fucking going.
Yeah! Victor, you ready?
It's not a goldfish.
Good, because you're going.
Yeah!
That fresh produce stand there, that's a beauty.
What do you listen to?
My favorite murder podcast.
Taggart and Torrance podcast.
The produce stand.
Fucking sexy.
It's Thirsty Thursday, and that means we are once again hanging out at the produce stand. Podcast paying tribute to the great Canadian show Letterkenny, and now Shoresy. Now, I know what you're thinking. There are many other podcasts about Letterkenny out there, but this one likes waffles. I'm Al, your host, and joining me in the room once again is the lovely Tanya, and online we have Squirrely Matt, the vagrant Victor, back in his lo-fi self. And joining us this week, she loves cats and dogs. Aside from Letterkenny, she's into SpongeBob and Seinfeld. She enjoys diamond art. She thinks burritos and tacos are the best food around, and she's obsessed with Meow Wolf. She's a patron and a member of our DM group, and a great gal, a really great gal. Please join me in making some noise for Brenya.
Wondrous! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wait!
Oh my god!
I regret nothing!
Welcome to the produce stand, Brenya. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am well. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Brenya?
Correct. That's my nickname, so that's totally fine.
All right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now
I saw Brent on the screen. I'm like, have we been saying it wrong this whole time?
Yeah.
No. My real name's Brenna, but back a long time ago when I was working at an overnight shift, we're weird.
Mm-hmm.
And the Perfect Circle song called Brenya, if you've ever heard of that became a thing, and it's been my nickname ever since.
I'm not sure I'm familiar with that song, but okay.
Are you familiar with the band?
Yes, yeah. Perfect Circle. Yes, I am familiar with the band.
For sure.
Yes. Yeah. So since this is your first time at the produce stand, we got to ask you the standard questions. I mean, you're a Letterkenny fan, I'm assuming, because you joined us when we were doing Letterkenny. How did you find Letterkenny?
So kind of a crazy story, I guess, is so my brother is a fan of Letterkenny, and he was constantly like, you gotta watch. And I was like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't sound okay. It doesn't sound funny at all. And then last year when I went up to his house for a few days, he was like, okay, great. Now we're watching Letterkenny. And I was like, crap. And I was hooked with the first couple of minutes. That cold open is perfect. And I've been hooked ever since, and I've watched it several times. I've tried to get other people to watch it. I convert as many people as I possibly can.
Excellent. You're fighting the good fight. And remind us, I don't know if you've already told us, where are you speaking to us from?
So I am in Colorado. I am actually in Pueblo.
In Pueblo, Colorado?
Pueblo, Colorado.
Oh, Very nice. So do you know our buddy, what was his name? What? Sorry?
Is it Joey?
Joey. Do you know Joey?
Don't know Joey. I'm about 2 hours south of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know kind of where he is in a rough general area.
Well, he's always out and about walking his dog. So you just
look for a roller coaster and a guy walking a dog. You'll find him.
Exactly.
It's true. Except for when you're up there, that's all you do is see people walking dogs. So
that's right.
If you're going Joey.
Might be the dog's name for all you know.
That's true.
How and when did you find us?
So I found you guys last year, probably August-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I never listened to podcasts. I wasn't really into them. And then I was like, you know what? I commute for work every single day. I'm really getting tired of listening to my music. So I decided to try podcasts, and I didn't know what I wanted to listen to. So I just kind of researched like Letterkenny podcasts,
mm-hmm.
and you and How Are You Now popped up.
Right.
And I can't remember why, but I picked you guys, and that's the end of the story. I've been listening to you ever since.
Amazing.
So,
well, Thanks for joining us tonight. And I've been looking forward to meeting you in person. I mean, you've been in our DM group for so long, but like you said, you're a lurker. You've never actually joined our after parties or our ag hall. So I'm glad you were able to join us tonight.
Correct. Thank you. I'm glad that I joined too.
Awesome.
I was pretty nervous, but I was like, okay, let's do it.
There's no need to be nervous. We'll be gentle. I promise. Maybe not Victor, but the rest of us will be gentle.
I don't know. Victor and I like Seinfeld.
That's right. Yeah.
I think we'll get along.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. There you go. So here we go.
Yeah, you me, and most people. Just so you know, I don't think it's an exclusive club.
Yeah.
I think the more exclusive club is Al and Matt and those kind of weirdos.
I don't hate anyway.
I'm with you. I don't hate it. I just
it's just
don't
whatever.
get it.
Yeah, it's whatever. Here we go.
Yeah. All right.
How are you now?
Tonight's lineup is Victor, Tanya, Matt, Al, and our guest Brenya. Brenya will have the last word. Victor, how was your week?
My week's been pretty good, I guess. We've had really great weather since the weekend. I think there's, it gets a little warm during the day, but we're working, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having good runs. Settle down, Matt. Running outside, and I'm wondering, Brenya, are you one of the folks across the border who know that you're one game away from winning the Stanley Cup, or not even sure that you have a hockey team in your state?
So
and there's no wrong answer. I mean, it's not a test.
I am actually aware that we are in it and we are one step away, but that's as much as I can tell you. I don't follow
that's pretty
hockey,
much all you need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you could tell me that without having had me tell you that first, that would have been excellent.
But now we'll never know.
I know that the Avalanche scored last night in overtime, and that's what caused them to win.
Then
so
you know what?
I know enough.
That did it.
I was going to say, more than 90% of Americans out there right now,
including those in Colorado.
Yeah,
so you're doing well.
Well done.
I passed.
Is that everything there, Victor, or did you have?
Yeah, sure. Let's.
Okay, Tanya, how about your week?
Okay, it feels like it's been forever since we did this. Like
that was a week ago.
But what happened, Al? Did you have a concussion?
No.
But you were.
She was very lonely after 1 week.
You were with Victor,
yeah,
and I was here, and you were in there, and
wait, are you referring to the computer when you say in there?
You were in there in the computer. And it just feels like it's either been the longest week ever, or it feels like we haven't done this in forever. Anyways, it's been a very long week. This week was very busy.
It's a very busy week. Yeah.
Very busy week.
Got to bottle that one up.
Got to bottle that one. You were in there in the computer.
That's a t-shirt right there.
So our son finished high school and
finished grade 9.
Grade 9. Yeah.
Oh.
That's done. We still have the little one in school, so one in, one out. We actually did homework with our son today, which was hilarious, and we're gonna do more of that because wow, he is just he kind of makes me feel like what it would be like to watch with you, Matt. Like he laughs and giggles and just breaks down so quickly, and he's just it's a riot to watch it with him. So
I'm easily entertained.
Yeah.
So we watched the one episode of Shoresy with him today, and then he loved it so much. Tanya started watching Letterkenny from episode 1 with him.
I did.
Wow. Are you skipping Fart Book?
No,
we watched it today, Fart Book. And I gotta say, not what I remembered it being.
Would it still make your top 5?
No. No, I don't think so.
You've come, the cycle is done. You've come a long way. The full distance.
Come a long way.
We're proud of you.
Yeah, but you know what? The first one, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I'm like, and
well, because the first one we did the table read recently, so it should be like fresh in your mind.
It is,
yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting rewatching it and catching things that I didn't see the first time. Anyways, yeah, so that will be interesting to watch it with him. That's our summer kind of homework or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, other than and I met Ian Service.
That's right.
Last night.
Mm-hmm.
So hey to Ian Service. He was talking about us on our podcast and how we use his services. So shout out to him. And I stepped out of my house. We had a date.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call it a date.
We went to a movie premiere.
We went to a movie premiere.
You were his sloppy second
in Toronto.
Actually, you would have been the sloppy seconds.
Well, that makes you thirds then.
It went to me, and then I'm like, Matt would really enjoy this. Try Matt.
Oh, way to make me look like the ass in this scene.
And then it went to Victor.
It's not hard, Matt.
And then it circled back to me again. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I will. So that was my first time kind of venturing out of the house and into a theater. And as some of you know, I've been dealing with some anxiety and some panic attacks and stuff. And you know what? I got to say, my therapy was really kicking in, and I did it. It was just one of those things. Yeah. That I just kept on telling myself, just because it's unfamiliar doesn't mean it's bad. It just means I need to make it familiar again. So it's just one of those things that is going to feel weird for a first little while, but I can get through it and just fight the good fight. So yeah, it was good. We did that and had a date, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Matt, how's your week?
Another doozy. They're all interesting, it seems. I'd say first a happy late Father's Day to you, gents.
Oh, thank you.
That was on the weekend, and that was
back
fun.
at you. Yeah,
that was a fun time. Wifey and I are on basically autopilot right now. Our little guy has not been sleeping. He's got this vicious cough again.
Oh gosh, Matt.
So far, fingers crossed tonight, he seems to be okay. But my God, the last 3 nights, I swear we've slept maybe a total 2 hours of each night. He's just up. It's been ridiculous. The other two things I want to focus on: one, the crusade of the sweater that I started last week. So my sweater arrived, this Camp Caribou thing that I'm absolutely in love with, but the circumstances of how it arrived are questionable. So I think last week I said it didn't show up. I don't remember exactly. Anyways, I ordered it. It didn't show up. It said it was delivered. I followed up with Canada Post. They started an investigation. A couple days later, they said, nope, it's gone, lost. File a complaint with the seller, get them to replace it, blah, 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 blah. So I did. I called the seller. No, it was actually one of the most frictionless things I've ever experienced. They're good. Within an hour, they're like, all right, we're already sending another one. I'm like,
nice.
Wow, okay. That said, fast forward. So this was Tuesday when I first lost, last Tuesday. On Monday morning, so let me go back. 11:30 at night, I took my dog out to go pee before bed. Nothing was there. 7 a.m. I took my dog out. There's a package wedged in my door. It is the original sweater sitting in my door frame.
Oh,
yeah. And it didn't even trigger my camera because I have a door cam.
Right.
Which is also very strange. And then when I brought it into the house and looked at it, it had clearly been opened and then resealed.
Right.
So I'm like,
was there an apology?
Yeah, I was going to say
from your neighbor.
You had it was a porch pirate who stole it when he saw what it was. Like, fuck this, I don't want this shit, and he gave it back.
You thought that's a Christmas sweater.
So that's my theory. I mean, I'm assuming it landed someone else's door, and they either they didn't realize that it wasn't opened it, but had they done that on accident, you would have thought they would have just brought it back. Said sorry, this is for you. But it came in the middle of the night.
That's weird,
right? And snuck into my door.
Yeah. That tells me that person felt guilt of some kind, or just, or
it was really sketchy.
Didn't want to be questioned as to how they got the package.
Exactly. So I don't know. It was really bizarre. And it was like,
but then they opened it. They're like, oh, clearly,
the reason they did it,
clearly the person the person who ordered this sweater has bigger issues. I need to return it.
They need this sweater more than I do. So I have my sweater and I fucking love it. It made me so happy.
Great, yeah.
And now you have a sweater story to go with.
And now you've got 2 sweaters.
Yeah, I do actually have 2 sweaters now.
Amazing.
So there's that. And then the other thing, Al, you know a bit of it today, and there's actually more to the story. So
this is exciting.
Well, yes and no. So there's more to it. I kind of misread and got over eager. I did get a call back for an audition for a voice role. Turns out I missed the initial email. I've sorted this all out now. They sent me an email on Tuesday saying, hey, we've got a McDonald's commercial that we want you to read for, which is really cool. I didn't actually get any email until today, which is Thursday. The deadline for the audition was yesterday. So I missed that.
Your first gig.
So
you had one job, literally one job.
I know. I fucked it all up. I know. I was so mad. I was so excited. Al, I know. I jumped on a call with you. I was asking about these audio things. I was scrambling. I was already practicing. I had the dialogue. I was already practicing. I'm like, wait. So it came from a guy I hadn't communicated with. It landed in a weird spot in my email. Ultimately, I fixed all that. And he and I joked a bit. I said, I'm really sorry. He's like, no. These come and go all the time. Now that we've officially connected, you know what my emails look like. I'll include you on all content going forward where you fit the bill. We'll get you in next time. Don't you worry.
But you could have been the next Ronald McDonald.
I know.
or unless it was this new Russian McDonald's.
Oh,
well, I don't know. But either way, it's exciting that it's even that. So I'm pissed that I missed the audition opportunity.
Sure.
But it still started. And actually, the reality is I probably wouldn't have been able to make this one work anyways because my week was so fucking hectic.
Yeah.
But either way, I have contact now and I'll keep you guys updated. But it was kind of
exciting. To God, I was just having the same conversation with my son about teaching him to turn on his email notifications so he wouldn't miss important ones. Because the kids don't check their emails these days.
Okay. This is the issue, Matt. You're Mr. Fraud. You're so skeptic of anything you get now.
True.
That you ignore something that would have been a great.
Well, and I mean, you guys are both in roles similar, in the sense that the amount of emails that come in is unreal. And I've got so many big projects and issues under the way. If I'm not looking for something specific, I am missing a lot of lower stuff. But anyways, I've set a notification for this particular guy now so that if an email comes in, I am not going to miss it. But anyways, it was exciting, even though nothing happened.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's hope you get something better then. Better than McDonald's. I don't know, but we'll see.
There's a Yiddish word for you. It's called schlemazel.
Schlemazel. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know whether to be insulted or not.
Wasn't that on Laverne and Shirley? Shirley.
Laverne and Shoresy.
Laverne and Shoresy. That's a very different. Okay. If Letterkenny Memes is watching, you've got some work to do there. All right.
Trey, we have to call. Trey said, "Nice, Matt. I'm loving it."
Yeah, I'm loving it. Well done.
Bravo, sir.
All right. My week has been fucking crazy. So I was on Toronto Mike, kicked out the best of volume 4 with him last, what was it, Thursday or Friday? I forget now.
I'm sorry, what?
Toronto Mike it was Monday. It was this Monday.
It was I'm telling you this. It's just,
that episode hasn't gone out yet. He's putting it out next Monday. So stay tuned for that. We went to this movie premiere for the Faking a Murderer last night, which was a lot of fun. Actor, director Stu Stone and his partner, and Toronto Mike was there, and Tanya said Ian Service was there, and Victor. I posted a picture of me and Jesse Camacho. I was walking into the theater, and there he was sitting there. I'm like, holy shit, you're Jesse Camacho. He's like, I am. And I started talking to him. Tanya says that I was giddy and stuff. I don't know if I was, but anyway, the star of Less Than Kind. And it was awesome. He was very, very kind, and we shook hands, and he took a selfie with me, and he even said, "Oh yeah, I'll come on your Letterkenny podcast." So we'll have him on, hopefully soon in the near future. Yeah, good guy. Had band practice today, so if I sound a little hoarse or if I'm a little lower energy today, it's because I've already had a long day. And tomorrow night we have a practice table read with Dean and Tiara for the next their next table read. And this one's really cool because it's a Letterkenny script that was written on spec by a writer, a TV writer who's written a bunch of stuff, but this is his script, so it's never before seen or heard of Letterkenny content. I read the script. It's really funny, so I'm looking forward to doing this. Busy week. Brenya, how about you? How have you been?
Oh man, week hasn't been terrible. So I currently live with my mom. She's been on vacation. She's been on a cruise in Turkey, Greece, Rome,
Nice.
all the way over there. So I've been working from home because I'm taking care of the animals. Because I commute, so I'm 45 minutes away from where I actually work. So it's not like I can just leave, come home on a lunch and let them out or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been working from home, which is okay. But my dog loves to be in my face. So if I mute, or if you hear barking, or if you hear whining, or see me talking to something off the screen, it's because of him. Or if a cat walks by, he just wants to be part of the picture. So it's real fun doing stuff like that. Work has been keeping me super, super busy.
What kind of work do you do?
So I work for a nonprofit where we work with, we have a lot of different programs, but the ones that I actually am a part of is rapid rehousing homeless individuals.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a regional manager in our Colorado Springs area, which is between Pueblo and Denver. And I oversee one program that houses individuals coming out of jail or prison.
Wow.
Or they're already on parole and we get them housed. I have another program that is housing veterans. And then I have a third program that is permanent supportive housing. So it's a 50-unit apartment complex that houses formerly homeless veterans, and it's permanent supportive housing. So the idea is that they're going to be there forever.
Wow.
So
you do good work then. That's amazing. Well done. Oh, you're frozen. Oh no, you're back.
Thank you. Try to. Yeah. Thank you. So, it's very fulfilling. It's very hard. Right now we're ending a fiscal year for 2 of my programs. So we're making sure all of our money is spent, making sure all of it's accounted for, things like that. Yeah. So that's been crazy. Leading me up to today, which why I'm probably freezing and why I might take a second to respond is we're getting solar put on the house, and our energy company came out and they had to do some work to get it all switched over. And he was like, I'm going to turn the power off for a second. And I was like, that's fine. Literally went off for 30 seconds, came back. My internet's gone.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry. You're on your phone.
I'm on a hotspot on my phone. Wow. Cannot get my internet back. I told you the power is okay. Don't shut down my internet. They can't get out until Saturday to even get it back.
Come on.
So,
look, I know the struggle. We went through the exact same thing last week.
Yeah. That was Tanya last week sitting on a hotspot.
Yeah.
I
was.
like,
Sorry.
Oh my.
So
if hell or high water, I'm getting on this podcast. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, we're glad you're doing it. And if you do drop out, don't worry about it. Just, log back on and we'll vamp while you're trying to log back in. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
All right. It sounds like we've all had a long week, so I think we all need a coffee. How about we have some coffee from Diabolical Coffee?
Hey there. Wait, what are we doing again?
The sponsor read.
Oh, okay. Wait, we have a sponsor?
Yes, it's Eric.
Oh, I know Eric. He's a good guy.
I know.
Did you know he sells coffee?
Yes, of course I
think it's called Diabolical Coffee.
Can we just...
It's devilishly good coffee.
You don't say.
He also sells diabolically awesome swag.
Terrific.
He's got a roast for all tastes.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can order whole bean, coarse, standard grind, and espresso.
It's espresso, but whatever.
Hey, don't you and Tanya use K-Cups?
You know we do.
I think he has those too.
Wonderful.
Imagine if we could use promo code like Produce Stand to get 10% off coffee or merch from his store.
Yes, that would be cool.
Wait a minute. I just had a brilliant idea.
What's that?
We should get Diabolical Coffee to sponsor the podcast.
We should?
Yes. Why have we never thought of that before?
Oh, man, I give up. Thank you, Diabolical Coffee and Eric, for your support. And speaking of support, welcome to new followers. Miles, Putin actually ate my butt from A Room with the Moose. William, Matterlos from Florida. Sarah H. from Kansas City, Missouri. Joe Myers from Vancouver, Washington. Smurth. Captain Max McSauce from San Antonio, Texas. Krista B. from Maine. Tarek. Mark from Elkton, Maryland. Mrs. Strawberry from sunny Southwest Florida. Aaron Steele from Springfield, Missouri. Sophie. Tattooed Goalie Dad number 31 from north of Toronto. Lizard Tate Hoopla from Seattle, Washington. Lizzie. Finally got your name there. Grandpa Jim from Florida. Harless SDV from Kyle, Texas. Zenobia Wisdom from Hot Springs, Arkansas. The Johnson clan from Hastings, Minnesota. Jeff T from Wellington, New Zealand. Scott Tipple. Bobby Weiss from Chicago. Count von Dusseldorf from Harrisonburg, Virginia. Darren Matt. You Moderate from Texas, TC Troyer, Brandon from Omaha, Nebraska, Shelly from the Treasure State, Malone Camp from 303, Matthew Perez from Prescott Valley, Arizona, Dr. Sarah Smith from Maryland, The Call of the Void Indie Sci-Fi from New Orleans, Trippin' and Choring, a Letterkenny Donnybrook. That's a Letterkenny podcast from Omaha, Nebraska. Dorsey Harrington from Houston, Dean McClure, Barbara Davis from Taos, New Mexico, Chris Holt from Oklahoma City, Cameron Boone from Center Reach, New York, BR2D2 from East Amherst, New York, Ron Swan Song from Hamilton, Ontario, Danny B, Nicole Solo from East Coast, Ian Service from Guelph, Ontario. We finally got to Ian too. Mr. Sexy from Arizona, Russell Wright from Bethpage, Tennessee, Chip Elder, Josh from Arizona, Chorus Great from Annapolis, Maryland, and Matthew Dawkins, RPG developer from the United Kingdom. Thank you for following and hopefully for listening.
Previously on Letterkenny.
Last week, we reviewed episode 3 of Shoresy, Know Your Role. That episode was our second unicorn in a row, getting a fresh rating from all our panelists. According to our scientific Twitter poll, 100% of you agreed. I don't think that's ever happened before in the almost 2 years of this podcast. This week, we recap and review episode 4 of Shoresy. If you can't win, don't play. Victor, have you done your homework?
It is.
Tanya, have you done your homework?
Yes, sir.
Matt, have you done your homework?
Rice?
I've done my homework. Brenya, have you done your homework?
So many times.
All right, so...
Well, don't bore us. Get to the chorus.
We open with a proper cold open this time. We open with Shoresy, just standing there in his blueberry Bulldog sweater. There's a giant Bulldogs banner left of him and a giant Puppers banner on the right. It seems like some sort of promotional video shoot. Off camera, we can hear Meeg, Zeeg, and Nat talking about how hockey players have zero charisma.
I think we should change angles. Why? He looks like he's not even breathing. That's hockey players. Big personalities on the ice, but you can't pay them to have a shard of charisma away from it.
This is so dumb.
There you go. There's some life.
Do you think we should showcase the teeth? That's uniquely hockey, right?
I don't know.
I think we should.
You think people will like that?
Worst case, they feel bad for him and they say like, okay, Slugger, we'll come watch you play.
Shoresy, smile for a second.
Shoresy forces a smile. Zeeg asks Shoresy to take the dip out of his lip. Cut to a different angle. This time Shoresy is seated, supposedly looking relaxed and casual, but looking far from it.
Go?
Shoresy.
Huh?
Is this the first time you've sat in a stool? Zeke.
It isn't a stool, idiot.
Go.
Stools don't have backrests.
Action!
Are you and your family looking for something fun to do on a Sudbury Saturday night?
Zeke.
Okay, do it again.
Are you and your family looking for something fun to do on a Sudbury Saturday night?
Zeke one. Why are you saying "and" like that?
Because on the card you've got "and" written in bold.
That's italics, you dumb fuck.
Fuck you, Zeeg, you fucking twat.
Cut to Sanguinet, who has now taken Shoresy's spot on the hot seat. He's looking even less comfortable, even constipated a bit.
Why are you saying "and" like that?
Because on the card you've got "and."
Oh, wrong clips. There we go.
Are you and your family looking for something fun to do on a Sudbury Saturday?
Oh, that's it. Oh, shit. Sorry,
Why
guys.
are you saying "and" like that?
Because on the card you've got "and" written in bold.
That's italics, you dumb fuck.
Fuck you, Zeeg, you fucking twat.
You all right, Sanguinet?
Leave him alone.
He looks like he's in rigor mortis. Are you nervous or something?
A bit.
Sanger, you look like someone stuck a giant popsicle stick to your spine and is holding you up by it.
Fuck you, Shoresy.
Well, he looks like an idiot.
Shut up.
It's like someone's holding him like a puppet. What's that called? A taxidermist?
Ventriloquist, you dunce.
It's actually ventriloquist.
Uh-oh, Zeke, looks like your sister's better looking and smarter.
Isn't it marionette?
I have to pee.
Next up, Hitch.
Are you and your family looking for something fun to do on a Sudbury Saturday night?
The italics are fucking them up, Nat.
What are you at, old man?
Hitch, you're such a fucking beauty. I sometimes forget what an odd-looking East Coast cunt you are.
Then Dolo and Goody are up. They don't do much better. Finally, we get all the sluts in the same shot with Shoresy as the spokesperson.
So now I don't say what's on the card?
No, just say what you want.
Asshole.
Don't swear.
Asshole. We got a different team now. Like, even Sanger was on the last one. So now he's coach and he's 1-0. So the Bulldogs aren't rigging around anymore. The Bulldogs are going to compete. So if you want to see the new Bulldogs, and get your bums in a seat.
God.
And the cold open ends and we're at the title. All right. This was a proper cold open now. You can't complain about this one. Victor, what did you think?
Yeah, well, goddamn you for saying it's proper cold open, because that's exactly what I was going to say. It was brilliant. It was exactly a cold open. It started out, we're not really sure what's going on. Are they just kind of, is he kind of in their office and they're, talking about something, but then you realize that they're doing a spot. It was perfect. At the end where Shoresy's talking, he does sound kind of like Wayne on that egg haul show.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That is because memories of that, but that's okay. You know, I think we'll give a pass on that one. But we'll allow it. Yeah. So yeah, no complaints. It was a great cold open.
Yeah, I agree. It was a beauty. I loved just some of the chirps that Shoresy gave, and just how he says things, and it's comedy. It's just, I love the chirps back and forth, and how he was trying to say the lines, and just the chirping back and forth between Megan, Zeke, and Nat, and trying to make Shoresy not look so darn awkward. And then how he just wants to go back on them for like even calling it a stool. Like he was wanting to get back to the girl on that. Yeah, it's fun. Matt?
It was perfection. It was so fucking good.
I hope your read for McDonald's is better than their read for.
Oh my God. So first I'm sitting on a stool right now and it has a back. So he's dead wrong. And this is absolutely a stool that I'm sitting on. Just saying. Yeah, what this proved is that, we're only 4 episodes in, but they know their characters.
Mm-hmm.
They know them so well because they utilize the attributes and the characteristics and how they would play with each other in this scenario fucking magnificently. Like I thought it was just so playful, so much fun. They all exactly what I would have expected had they tried to pull this situation off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad that it went the way it did. I noticed JJ was missing. Again, I mean, I think we talked about last time. He's not saying a lot. He's come and go in some of these situations, so he was definitely absent here. And then to round out this beautiful scene, they finished it off with a banger of a tune, which I looked up on the spot. Father, Father by Jay Prince.
It's great.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to pause it. I went on to my music thing, looked it up, added it to my playlist instantly. I'm like, this is such a banger. I can't wait to listen to this one on repeat. So
we may hear it again later.
I figured you might have had this one lined up because it's just so damn good. No, but this was an absolutely perfect cold open.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I really enjoyed it. I apologize. I had to vacate when Victor was talking, so I don't know if he brought this up, but I love it because hockey players are known for not being very like having personalities, like outgoing personalities. Like it's one of the things that they complain about marketing hockey to Americans is hockey players aren't very good. I mean, if you look back to old tapes of Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player ever, like his media interviews and stuff, he was, and even some of his like endorsement, like his commercials that he was in, they were laughable. Like he was not good. You compare that to spokespeople like Michael Jordan or Shaquille O'Neal or from other sports, from football and hockey and or football, basketball, and baseball. Hockey players are just not. There's a few, but they're so trained not to have these individual personalities. They're so trained to be team players that when you do have any hockey player with an outgoing personality, for example, PK Subban, usually they're labeled as problems in the dressing room or whatever, and it's so unfair. And they should be embracing these personalities. So I found it really amusing, that cold open. Brenya, what'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I think anybody who's awkward is hilarious, mostly because I'm awkward. So I know just kind of like the feeling of just sitting there and just being like, what do I do? So I think it was just really, really perfect because it just seems like the more you try to control Shoresy, he's gonna not do what you want.
Right.
Until the end there, when she was just like, "Don't read the cards, just go. The only thing you can't do is cuss." And even then, he almost went for it and then stopped and kind of redirected himself. But I think it just reinforces that Shoresy is just kind of a loose cannon, and if you try to force him to do something, it's not going to probably be pretty natural. It's going to be real awkward. Everyone else is just awkward. Dolo cracks me up because he just looks like pure murder. He just looks like he doesn't want to be there. Right. He will just end you. And I think that's hilarious. And the other one was Hitch when he started giggling at the end. That gets me every single time because that goofy laugh where he just starts and just Shoresy starts going at him. It was great. I loved it. Every piece of it.
That's great. We're going to learn a lot more in this episode about why Shoresy is the way Shoresy is. So why don't we get going here? Scene 1. We are at a hall with a very diverse group of people. They're chatting and dancing. On the back wall, we can barely read the words Shore House Family Reunion, and we're treated to a hip-hop dance routine by a couple of girls on the dance floor. Shoresy tries to join them, but they get annoyed and shoo him away. Quick cut to Shoresy sitting at a table with some people. One of the girls Shoresy interrupted storms up to him.
I'm gonna put you on your ass.
For what?
Do not let him ruin it this time, Morris.
Well, sounds like you want your dance to suck then, eh, Kayla?
Plant your feet, girl.
Huh?
Plant your feet, girl?
Tell your uncle what's up.
Stay here.
That's what's up.
All right, well, I'll stay here. Sounds like you don't want anyone watching your dance. That's fine.
We didn't even get to do the whole thing because you were trying to stunt.
Well, I'm just saying, I heard some people saying they thought it lacked inclusion, but whatever, doesn't matter.
Fuck you.
Well, I'm just saying, I heard some people saying they thought it lacked representation, so I just wanted to do something so she didn't get in trouble. It doesn't matter.
Stay.
Yeah, I'll stay here, but just so you know, Carrie got Facebooked by some people saying they heard Justin Timberlake was down here doing some moves or whatever, but it doesn't matter.
Fuck Facebook.
Fucking Twittered or whatever.
Twitter's a cult.
Fucking Shawn Mendes or whatever.
I'm a believer.
He can skate.
Don't ruin it, Waffle.
All right, well, just go get me a puppers and it's a deal.
Production note here. So Shoresy's niece, Kayla, is played by Tiana Weir. She's a young actress with only one other credit for a series called BLK, An Origin Story. Another production note, the other guy in that clip is Morris, played by Ryan Allen, an established actor with many credits like Get Rich or Die Trying, Copper, Rogue, Between, Taken, the TV series, Tokens, Titans, and many more. So Kayla leaves Shoresy to get a puppers, and Shoresy turns his attention to someone else sitting at his table.
Is that free? Looking a little anxious over there for someone who smells like a Bob Marley fan.
Kid, don't be a tick.
Hey, Free, why don't you go smoke another joystick? Hey, Free, why don't we pick up a 40 sack, smoke a session?
Waffle.
Hey, Free, you want to smoke a homegrown? Let's torch one. Get you feeling all smoochy woochy. Hey, you got some of that good Panatella Tommy Chong? Got some of that America Chefa Manteca Mafapa?
Okay, production note here. The person called Free that Shoresy is teasing is played by Roshana Cumberbatch. She's an actress and director with some impressive credits such as What We Do in the Shadows, American Gods, Titans, and more. So Free barely reacts to Shoresy's chirp. She just flips him the bird. And then someone walks up to the table. Carrie and Morris wish him luck and call him Pop and Dad. Dad is played by the comedy legend Scott Thompson. Now, I can list all of his credits, but if you don't know who Scott Thompson is, then you should figure it out on your own. Just start with Kids in the Hall and go from there. Dad grabs a bottle of Gus and Brew and walks up to the podium where there's a large projector screen.
Well, thank you for coming to our annual family reunion. And I appreciate all the highfalutin city bullshit you managed to put aside. You know, these gatherings are important because they remind you of where you came from and how proud you should be of where you are. My first foster child is the one they call Shoresy, but the one you call... Waffle! And as you can see, he was full bars fat. Well, I was a little fatso myself at the time, right? Which is why I assumed they put him with me. We were a pair of chubsy butter wubsies, huh? A couple of real paunchy jumbos. Now, being fubsy was of no consequence to me down on the farm, but Shoresy was being teased at school for being a roly-poly. What did they call you?
Plumpy dumpers, dumpy chubbers, whale whopper, salad dodger.
Full bars fat. And I could tell he was starting to not like himself very much. But then, Morris came.
So now we know that the man at the podium, who isn't given a name, is Shoresy's foster father, and Morris is Shoresy's brother, and that Shoresy was fat and his nickname was Waffle, given to him by Big Mo. Morris was an athlete with no one to play with, so Shoresy became his playmate, and they were inseparable.
Me and Waffle everywhere. Me and Waffle on the soccer field.
Hey, Waffle, you run like a girl.
Me and Waffle at the ballpark.
Hey, Waffle, you throw like a girl.
Me and Waffle at the tennis court.
Hey, Waffle, I'm gonna fuck Serena Williams.
Day after day, game after game, Morris just pounded him into the ground.
Did he ever beat you, Dad?
If you can't win, don't play, baby.
Shoresy and Morris would compete from sun up to sun down, with Shoresy losing and losing and losing again, which of course made him feel bad. He started to really hate it. But then something clicked up there. He started to do something different. Shoresy started to play not just with Morris, but without Morris. And you know what happened? He started to get better. And before you knew it, one day Shoresy beat Morris. Well, just the one time, but he did beat him.
Give your balls a tug.
He's been chasing that feeling ever since. And along the way, with all the work, the weight came off him.
Free says to Carrie that she hates the story because the moral is don't be fat and you'll feel better. The dad says that sometimes you need a little tough love to get yourself sorted out. Sound familiar? So now if Shoresy was fat, Big Mo had an issue of his own.
Now, for all Waffle was fat, Morris was dumb.
Big Mo, Big Mo. Fucking Mo is way dumber than I was fat.
You could barely run.
You could barely read.
So there I am, straight out of the gate with a fat one and a dumb one.
Mo, you honestly want to say that I was as fat as you were dumb?
What are you going to do, Waffle?
Mo, your social worker said two things to Dad. He said, you okay with blacks? Dad says, yeah. And he says, well, how about a dumb one?
Shut up, Waffle.
No, that may have been said, Kayla.
Hand to heart, Kayla.
And as I'm wondering if this was all a big mistake, in walks Carrie.
So production note, Carrie is the other woman sitting at Shoresy's table. She's been snuggled up next to Free the whole time. She's played by Tina Young or Jung. She's been in Suits, The Expanse, Kim's Convenience. She's known for shows like Make It Pop and Strays. Everyone at the reunion begins chanting, Care Bear, Care Bear.
Now, where Morris helped Waffle with being fat, Carrie helped Morris with being dumb.
Morris wasn't that dumb. He just needed a good tutor.
Hey, Mo, it comes after 1,000.
2,000.
1,001.
Yeah, as a social worker, I can confidently say that Mo's social worker wouldn't have called him dumb.
Well, actually, Carrot was dumb and then later real fucking dumb.
You know, I think that was said.
Well, real fucking dumb has a Tim Hortons franchise, bitch. Owner operator.
No way the social worker said dumb.
Well, you want to know what your social worker said to Dad, Carrot? Said, you okay with Asians? Dad says, yeah. And she says, well, how about a gay one? Fuck you, Waffle.
No, Free. That was definitely said.
Shoresy asks Free if she has anything she'd like to say. Free has something to say to the whole family.
Let's get into it, Waffle, because you're going to hear this. You're all going to hear this. I know you all see our engagement rings. I know you're all talking. Those two girls can't be together. It ain't right. Well, guess what? Carrie is not my sister. She's my foster sister, so it's completely fine that we're getting married.
Sounds perfectly fine.
And she was only my foster sister for 1.5 years.
Just keep saying your sister's Free. It's likely one of those the more you hear it things.
Dad!
You both call him Dad, Kara. I mean, it's like...
You were called sisters and brothers on the farm.
Hey, Free, you know any brothers with sisters who fire digits up each other?
But you're not blood, right? So I think it's perfectly fine for you to get married, Free.
Thank you.
But you didn't seriously think we weren't going to take the piss out of you, did you?
You're worth it.
Get a room, you fucking sister wife.
All right, there was a lot of exposition in that scene, so that apologies for all the clips, but there was just nothing I was going to do I wasn't going to do it any justice by reading it. So
like the most unhealthy family reunion you could ever imagine.
Yeah, it was something, but man, let's stop. We don't usually do this, but let's talk about this. So Victor, what did you think of this scene? It's a very long scene.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn so much, right?
Mm-hmm,
It's almost like an origin story is what that was.
Yeah.
And I appreciated it. first of all, between the cold open and this scene, that could have been the entire episode. I mean, like that. Yeah. And I don't mean that it dragged on. It was just so much. It felt like a complete, it just felt so complete. I felt very satisfied and well fed towards the end of the scene, just because you start out wondering, what the hell is this? Why is he at a kid's prom? Like, what's happening here? Get these young girls off screen. This doesn't feel right away. And then you realize, okay, so this is family reunion, and then you're just wondering, okay, what's going on? You want to connect the dots. By the end, you just feel like they've laid it all out. You feel very connected to Shoresy. You know what's what, and you get to see you get to see more of his human side. Him sitting at the table and having regular conversation. Really, he's still kind of being himself and joking, but he's speaking like a regular human being, and he's got veins, and he's got feelings, and he's got advice,
and he's being affectionate towards people.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, this just changes so much. He totally, like, if you ever thought that he was a heel, he's totally a baby face now for our wrestling fans out there. So that this scene was just, it was an origin story, and it felt very complete. I loved it.
It's it's a dysfunctional family, but also it feels like it's a very tight family. Like they look like they're very tight. Tan, what did you think of this?
At the beginning, I wasn't quite sure what was happening. Like the dancing was going on. I was a little bit like, okay, what are we watching here now?
It's a very different tone. Right?
I appreciated that they had like the banner up in the background behind Shoresy saying that it was a family reunion. I didn't quite get the waffle at the beginning because we didn't really have any background to it. But as soon as they started explaining the nicknames, and I love the 1, 2, 3, 4, like the Care Bear countdown, how everybody had like the clap, like the big mo, and then they clapped and stuff. I loved all of those little tidbits of information about his family, and absolutely now we understand him a whole lot better. There's so much more depth. There's so much more understanding as to why he is the way he is, of why he chirps the way he chirps, because they all chirp at each other. Like even the niece,
his own father's, he's just as bad as everyone else.
Even the niece going after him when he was trying to get some dance moves in there. She's chirping at him. So the whole family interacts that way. And it was fantastic. It was really good.
In the live stream, Trace just wrote, "We need more Letterkenny so Grumpy Victor can come back."
I have to say my favorite line though is keep saying sisters.
Yeah, I love that line too.
That is phenomenal. Yeah. And then you both called him dad.
Yeah.
Like I just those two things. Oh my, hilarious! Absolutely best writing ever.
Matt.
Yeah, the comedic timing in this scene is just brilliant from start to finish. This is also the first time we've met a parent in anywhere in the Letterverse. So that was kind of, unless I'm missing something. It's the first time
I think I was trying to think back.
They talked about his uncle.
The dicks. No one.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Sure. But they're standalone characters on themselves, so I wouldn't have included them. But you're not wrong.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And they use this scene obviously as a lever to create another layer of Shoresy, who he is, where he comes from, why he is the way he is. And like you've kind of hinted as well, there's a lot of banter and harassment in here and all, but that's the family dynamic. And I'm saying dysfunctional, but it clearly works for them. And there's a lot of love there. And I mean, even that, I'm loving all the comments coming in. So I want to quickly jump to comments. So yes, Victor, there's a big active argument about you. Was it Casey talking about so Aaron's saying, I just love Victor's love letter for Shoresy. He literally does not stop smiling when talking about the show. They're all just going on. And then, of course, Trace, watching the world burn, wants Letterkenny to come back so they can see Grumpy you again. So that's pretty hilarious. The other comment, and this is what I was thinking as well, not about Victor. You had your moment. Where is this happening, right? I saw Gord, and I apologize. This chat is going so fucking fast. Someone else made the comment, where exactly is this taking place, right? Is this in Sudbury? So is he from Sudbury and this is where he grew up and this is with a family? Or are they back in Letterkenny and they didn't really show that time travel happen? Where's the portal? where is his origin story really from?
Well, I mean, Shoresy has a game that night in Sudbury, so
And the dad made a reference to the city.
Yeah, people thanking everyone who came up from the city. So maybe they're in Sudbury.
Yeah, and they talked about living in the farm. So I mean, it's a good question. Maybe they're just somewhere nearby, but it gives you food for thought on where is, because I mean, even the stuff about the team and back, it's like it's his first time in Sudbury, but clearly it's not. So more to think about.
Good points. I love
scene,
this. I love this exposition. I mean, this is like Victor, you said, Shoresy's origin story. Lots to chew on there. And then we get also the tagline for the episode: "If you don't win, don't play. If you can't win, don't play." Coming from, I think it's Shoresy's dad, who said, or his brother who says it, or whatever. So Mo. Mo. So you can tell all this stuff is Shoresy's hatred of losing and self-esteem and yeah, it's all good stuff. Brenya, what did you think of this?
I am the odd one out. I think me and Benelli. I did not like it.
Oh no!
I no matter how many times I've watched it, and let me tell you, I've seen the episode probably 6 times in the past 4 days. And I keep watching it thinking maybe it'll just grow on me. And no, I can't stand it.
What turns you off about it?
The whole dysfunctionality of it all. To me, like watching Carrie and Free, Free looks very defensive the entire time. Even before they go into the whole conversation about her and Carrie being engaged, all the way from the beginning, even when she's just being chirped by Shoresy, she just looks defensive and like she just wants to set the place on fire. Right. Yeah. Carrie looks bored, like she doesn't want to be there. And it just I don't know. It just seemed very demeaning and condescending. There were a few parts that I did enjoy. The things like I really like, Al, you pointed it out too, that the whole "if you can't win, don't play" popped out. Clearly you can see that is a thing. He, the parts where he says, "What comes after 1,000?" He goes 2,000. He's like, "No, 1,001." Like that made me laugh. And it was interesting because like when Free is getting upset and getting ready to say something, Shoresy says something along the lines like, "You got something to say?" And Mo's like, "Don't do it." And the way I took that was like, don't encourage Shoresy to start chirping. He's gonna easily win because he's the king of chirps. And I don't know. I really felt like it was very, very long. When I watched it, it's about half the episode.
Yeah,
like,
well, no, not about. It's exactly half the episode. I know because when I was doing the script, I'm like, holy crap! And I got to the end of that scene. I'm like, that's scene 1, and then I look at the time, and there's still half an episode to go. So. It's crazy.
It was so long, and I was like, I think we could have probably shortened this up. I definitely agree. It gives you a lot of backstory into Shoresy, and it kind of gives you a whole idea of kind of where he came from and maybe why that's the way he is. Definitely, you had to survive in that family. And so that's exactly what he did, and that's now why he is how he is. But I don't know. I remember in one of the group chats, I think it was Benelli who was saying like, I just think it could have been shorter. And I completely agree. And I just know that I am the odd one out. Even my brother was texting me and was like, "You're insane." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Sorry." It just wasn't my favorite.
You know what? I'll tell you this. The first time I watched this episode, I also found that scene was kind of long. I've since really grown to like it and almost love it. But the first time through that scene, I did find it a little long.
So the first time you watched A House of 1,000 Corpses, did you love it, or were you questioning your choices?
I've never seen it.
And the reason I bring that up because it's they are kind of this weird dysfunctional family,
right?
Yeah, right on par.
But they love each other. They look out after each other within their family nucleus.
Yeah, so I think it's important to note that they're all foster kids, right? Yeah. And foster kids in general aren't always the most well-adjusted, so they're probably all coming with their issues and with their own baggage to this family. And kudos to the father who's able to build this family to be as tight knit as they are, considering how vastly different all his foster kids are. So, I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Brenya, and it was a long scene, but because, like I said, I've grown to love it, and it tells us so much about Shoresy. It tells us so much about Shoresy, and it also, I feel like, I mean, it opens up 1,000,001 storylines that they can go now with Shoresy, you know, with these secondary characters if they wanted to. So that's kind of exciting thought, right? All right, we're going to move on to the scene 2.
Here we go now.
Yeah, and fewer clips now, so more of me, unfortunately. Scene 2, Sanguinette. Laurence Leboeuf and Frankie JJ are at Pepe Panini's talking about Shoresy's upbringing, so we're still learning more about him. We learn that he only had the foster dad, not a mom, hence this fascination with older women. JJ leaves to rock a piss, and Sanger asks Laurence if she's going to the game tonight. She is. Just then, a couple of gentlemen walk into the restaurant. They immediately spot Laurence and introduce themselves as Remy Nadeau, played by Jonathan Torrance, a.k.a. Noah Dick, and his partner Benoit Benny Brodeur, played by Jacob Tierney, a.k.a. Glenn. They ask if this is the home of the famous Pater Panini, and it is. Laurence introduces Sanger as the Bulldogs head coach, and they introduce themselves to Sanger. They go everywhere JJ goes. Remy does plays by play, and Benny does the color. Remy and Benny refocus their attention on Laurence, and they ask if she's heard that Lysandra Nadeau mentioned Frankie JJ in her last TikTok video. And we cut to Lysandra Nadeau's "You Were the Instagram." Production note, Lysandra Nadeau is a French-Canadian model and social media influencer, so she's playing herself. She has an OnlyFans, not that I checked, and a podcast titled Sex Oral Podcast. So if anyone's looking for some more podcasts.
Is it oral or is it oral?
Well, it's French, so it's Sex Oral.
Okay.
Remy and Benny remind Laurence that all the Quebec starlets love JJ, all of Quebec, actually. And Remy and Benny excuse themselves to go eat some Pater Paninis. Laurence doesn't seem too impressed. Scene 3, a musical montage of ominous hip-hop music plays. The sluts, minus JJ, exit Shoresy's apartment building. Phil and his thugs are waiting for them. Cut to outside the Bulldogs arena. Laurence arrives at the arena for tonight's game against North Bay. She notices a black SUV with Quebec vanity plates that read Lysandra. Cut back to the alley where there's a full-out brawl happening between the sluts and Phil and his thugs. Sanger drives up and joins the melee. Back to the arena. Lysandra emerges from the SUV. Laurence stares her down as she walks past and into the arena. Both Meeg and Zieg are outside having darts, witnessing this. And Shoresy arrives at the arena for the game and spots Laura Moore. And then we get another round of Shoresy the Charmer.
Oh my God, no way. Laura Moore is the hottest girl in Sudbury, you fucking idiot. Oh my God. Oh, hey, Laura. Did you just hear that piece of shit? So dumb.
Judging by the parking lot, a handful of people care now.
Sudbury Saturday night.
Cheapest drinks in the city, too.
When are you going to let me take you out for some good Caribbean?
I don't date sluts.
My God, are you good looking? I know I may come off as a real devil-may-care kind of guy, but we both know you'd run my show.
Yeah, how so?
I'd take a header off the Bridge of Nations just to brush arms with you.
Huh?
I'd full gainer down the crack in Killarney just to hold your purse. I'd sit my bare ass on the Big Nickel just to have you flick some debris off my shirt. I swear to God, I'd be so good to you.
Does North Bay's captain still have the biggest C in the league?
It's the biggest fucking sea in the world.
See ya.
Hey, when was the last time you had some good assorted tempura?
All right, some production notes here. The Bridge of Nations is a bridge in Sudbury that has flags from all the nationalities who live in Sudbury. The Crack in Killarney is a challenging hiking trail in Killarney Provincial Park just south of Sudbury. And the Big Nickel is a 9-meter or 30-foot for the U.S. Replica of a 1951 Canadian nickel located at the grounds of the Dynamic Earth Science Museum in Sudbury. It's the world's largest coin. Laura walks away, but Shoresy's trance is broken by a "fuck you, Shoresy" from Zieg. Shoresy asks, "For what?" And Zieg says they win one game and they think they can just cruise in 5 minutes before warm-up. Shoresy says that it's because it's senior whale shit hockey. Meeg corrects Shoresy. It's senior AAA whale shit hockey. Shoresy says whale shit all the same. Nat demands that the sluts come in at least 30 minutes before warm-up. This solicits a "for what" for Nat. And she says it's to ride the bike. Shoresy asks if he wanted a good laugh, he'd go watch Mr. Bean. What are the bikes that she speaks of? He follows the women into the locker room where he finds brand new exercise equipment, weights, benches, and exercise bikes. The sponsors of the Blueberry Festival were excited about their win that they wanted to invest in another. Shoresy tells Nat that no one's going to use this equipment. Nat agrees. Not one player will use it. Maybe the bikes, but even 3 of those is excessive. Do they think they have 3 fucking Rod Brindamores? Zieg says the sponsors were so excited to bring the equipment that she had to act excited too. Shoresy asks if the equipment comes from some Gary Roberts tapes. None of them think the sponsors understand senior whale shit hockey, even if it is AAA. Shoresy calls on the gyms to make his point, although I'm not sure who he's making the point to, since everyone in the room seems to agree.
Hey, Jims. They work out, Jim?
Yeah.
When was the last time you worked out, Jim?
2012.
Jim?
Grade 10.
Jim?
I'd have to think about that, Shoresy. I can't quite recall right now. The truth is, I never really enjoyed doing cardio.
Thanks, Jims.
All right, production note. Rod Brindamore played in the NHL for 20 years for St. Louis, Philadelphia, and Carolina. He is currently the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. Gary Roberts played 21 years in the NHL for many teams, including Toronto and Calgary. He was as great a player as he was. He's also very well known for his fitness, and as a result, he's created the Gary Roberts High Performance Center for Fitness Institute in Toronto, where he trains future professional hockey players. So Zieg says she bets the Sioux workout. Meeg adds that the Sioux are so fucking good. Not serious with Shoresy. Get serious with Shoresy. She asks him not to cut it so close. Get a good warm up, or he's going to get hurt. And tells the sluts. But Shoresy tells Nat to tell them themselves. Nat says they're not here. Shoresy's surprised that they haven't arrived yet. Nat asks Shoresy to follow her, and they walk and talk about tonight's opponent, the North Bay. Does he think they're going to win? Shoresy responds, if you can't win, don't play. Meeg hates playing these guys, but Shoresy loves playing them because the C on their captain's sweater is the biggest C you've ever seen in your life. Shoresy pants fish as he walks by. Nat informs Shoresy that he got them a new tendy. Shoresy asks from who? Nat says from no one. He doesn't play anymore. Shoresy admits this sounds way fucking dumber when she says it. Then that's such a good line. He sees, that's an allusion back to episode 1 where all the sluts that he brings on the team are no longer hockey players. So then he sees who their new tendy is.
Mark Michaels? Already, Nat? Our new tendy is fucking Mark Michaels?
You're going to be nice to him.
It starts already, Nat. We lose 20 on the campaign, you gas him, then we win 1. And so you bring him back?
See, I knew that. Shut up.
I knew this was a bad idea, Nat.
You shut up too.
Well, I knew it, Nat.
She said shut up, slut.
Why are you saying her name so much?
Do you see, Nat? Michaels.
You said your name like 20 times.
Shut up.
So annoying.
Nat. Oh my God. Just shut up. And you shut up. No answer from Hitch. No answer from Goody. Both of you, listen. You're going to apologize to him.
For what?
For what? And you're going to apologize to him, and then you're not going to talk to him anymore.
I don't want to talk to him fucking ever. Oh, good, because I don't want to talk to him either. Well, give your balls a tongue.
Shoresy.
And he should be apologizing to me.
What the fuck?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
For what?
For being such a fucking loser. You know what? That's it. Fucking tit fucker. I'm out. Yeah, take your balls with you, pheasant.
Shoresy, apologize or we fold.
You can't just hold that over my head every time you need something.
Yes, she can.
Well, she can, but she shouldn't.
We need him. Tendy quit.
Tendy finally wins a game and he fucking quits? Oh, I wonder why. Well, at least there's a bigger loser than Michaels. She's not supposed to be talking to me, Nat. I wasn't talking to him. I was talking to you.
Shoresy, he wants to win.
But he doesn't hate to lose.
Apologize.
Shoresy offers up a half-assed apology, which Michaels almost accepts, but gets interrupted by Shoresy wondering where the sluts are. Nat asks Michaels if he's ready. Of course he's ready. Why do they call him? Why do you think everyone calls him Never Misses the Mark Michaels? Shoresy finds that so fucking embarrassing and walks off, leaving Michaels whining to Nat about how he's being treated already. I love the rhythm of this scene. It's such a great scene. So,
I don't know how they got through it.
Yeah,
to be honest,
They may not have. They may not have.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to one of them about this scene, even Butchery or one of the actors or someone. How many takes that whole mess took? It was so damn good.
Probably looking at a lot of clever editing.
Yeah, right. That it has to be that too, because they must have been stepping on each other's toes because it's so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I can't wait till we find out what Never Misses the Mark means, because it makes absolutely no
for a goalie,
sense
it doesn't make any sense for a nickname. Anyway, scene 4. Back at the scene of the brawl in the alley, all is quiet. The brawl is over. No one's there. Scene 5. Back at the game, the players are warming up. Shoresy's warming up. North Bay's captain with a bunch of chirps about his giant C.
Hey, everything's bigger in North Bay, eh, Keller, you fucking loser? Hey, Keller, when they put that big fuck off C on your sweater, they think you grow into it or what? Like, were they pissed when you didn't or what? Hey, Keller, you got any leadership tips? Just looking for some tips on being a leader. Jesus Christ, Keller, if they tried to put that big fuck off C on my sweater, I'd say no thanks. Hey, Jim?
Yeah.
Jim?
Yes.
Jim?
Yeah, I'd say thanks for thinking of me, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Making it bigger doesn't make it better, Keller. It's not tit.
Scene 6. Nat, Meeg, and Zieg are still trying to get in contact with the sluts with no luck. They're worried. They head to the rink and see more bums in the seats. Shoresy skates up and yells, "What the fuck?" to Nat. Zieg throws it right back at him, demanding to know where the sluts are. Shoresy can't believe they're not there yet. Not even Sanger? Shoresy is really worried now. Nat asks him if they have a chance to win without the sluts. Shoresy shakes his head. Meeg begs the question, what do they do? Shoresy takes a beat, then says, if you can't win, don't play. And he leaves the women standing there confused. Scene 7. The horn sounds to signal the end of the warm-up. Remy and Benny are in the press box giving their pregame comments. They're speaking in French about JJ Frankie JJ and how a great man he is and how only a great man like JJ can be with someone like Laurence Leboeuf. As they're speaking, the shot cuts to the ice. The only two players left in the warm-up are Shoresy and the North Bay captain Keller. Both are waiting for the other to skate off. Both want to be the last on the ice after the warm-up. Shoresy is kneeling on the ice, one skate over the center line, taunting Keller to react. Keller offers to play paper, rock, scissors to decide who leaves the ice first. Shoresy doesn't budge. Remy and Benny are providing French play-by-play during the whole ordeal, at times breaking into English to make sure we know what's happening because there are no subtitles. They give the reason neither player wants to leave the ice as being a Stevie Wonder superstition. Keller gets closer to Shoresy and puts a stick in Shoresy's face. Shoresy bats it away with his stick. Then Keller does it a second time with the same results. The third time, Shoresy grabs Keller's stick, swings at Keller's head with his own, prompting the other North Bay players to skate back onto the ice to defend their captain. Shoresy takes a couple of baseball swings at Keller, but misses. Now the Gyms take the ice to back their guy up. Finally, Shoresy viciously spears Keller in the groin, and the rest of the Norsemen take to the ice, attacking the Bulldogs bench. The Bulldogs retreat, and the brawl continues down the corridor en route to the dressing room. There will be no game tonight, and we fade to black. All right. That's a hell of an episode, full episode. Victor, your initial thoughts of this episode?
Yeah, we're just getting more of the same. We're getting these cinematic episodes, right? I mean, I don't think they're very long, right? I mean, they're what, 20, 25 minutes long, something like that?
Yeah, they're half an hour, yeah. Or 25 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, it feels, and in a good way, I know not everybody agrees, but in a good way, it feels so much longer. And that we're getting so much content. Mm-hmm. And again, it's because there's zero filler. Still, from the very first episode till the end of this episode, we've had zero filler. Every scene has been added value to what we're watching. Mm-hmm. There isn't any throwaway at all. So. I don't know. My first impression is just continued bliss.
Mm-hmm. Continued happy Victor. Tanya?
See, Victor, you say that there's no filler, but I kind of felt like that gym sequence of having the bikes there and talking, it kind of felt filler-ish to me, that, it had really no value other than, okay, the Blueberry festival is giving, it kind of felt like a filler. There was really no.
It's fair for you to think that. For me, the way I look at it is, some songs have a, verse, chorus, mm-hmm. and then some more eclectic songs will throw in a bridge, a prelude. So for me, that was more of a bridge. Mm-hmm. And I think you take it out and it takes a little bit away because I think that dialogue is important. And certainly, and it leads up into that scene with Mark Michaels. So again, it's just, a bridge over some troubled waters and you get just some beauty dialogue there. And Matt loved it. I loved it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. See, like, okay. So I kind of saw the gym as being the filler. The Mark Michaels.
Which one? The first, second, or third?
No, not that gym.
Not
The other
those
gym.
gyms.
The with the bicycles and all that stuff.
We didn't get a big coach little cameo there at the gym.
Oh, I know, right? That would have been fun.
The Mark Michaels, that wasn't a filler. That was just pure fun. I loved how he was juggling while they were coming up towards him, and that whole interaction, again, hilarious. Like, I don't know how many takes that must have taken, but I was kind of waiting constantly for the missing hockey players. Like, we see Coach Seguinet taken, like we kind of get glimpses of, okay, the alleyway and they're being, there's a fight is going down, and we see Seguinet being taken as soon as he comes out of the car. And I kind of wish that instead of the gym with the bicycles and the weights, instead of that, I kind of wish that they had flashed us back at the end, at least, in order to show us, okay, what has happened to these guys? Where did they go? What, like, are they being held? Are they just like kind of sitting there? They're passed out. Like, where did that story go? I was kind of waiting for that information.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll learn next episode, but yeah.
And that was the question that I also had was, if there is no coach and if you are 4 players down, was it 4 players? 3? 4?
The sluts 3.
I don't know how many sluts there were in the alleyway.
You know what? The sluts were not there, but I don't remember seeing Frankie JJ there either. I don't.
So
he's been a loose.
Yeah.
That was my question. Like, if you're that many players down and a coach is not there, can you forfeit? And is that
no? Well, you don't want to forfeit. If you forfeit, though, you lose. That's a loss if you forfeit.
It's a loss. So, but it's not how many players you're down; it's how many players you have left, and there's a difference.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess I need hockey explained to me.
Well,
like,
instead
how...
of forfeiting, they incited a brawl, a bench clearing brawl, so that both teams got basically forfeit. Both teams forfeited.
So is that
nobody.
A thing?
Yeah, so the officials call the game. Like, this isn't happening.
It happened with Russia and Canada, I believe, in 1972.
That's right. And they're going home. I remember that call. Yeah, they had a huge brawl at the beginning.
So if you don't, if one of them or 2 sides don't want to play, then this can go down.
Yeah. You're getting too scientific about it.
Yeah.
I'm all about science and stuff like that. I feel like you can't dissect it too much.
It's reason.
But because we can go and dissect the reunion scene and kind of say, well,
I don't know enough about hockey in order to know what is what's happened.
Well, the whole point is the title of the episode. Shoresy knew they couldn't win, so he had to figure out a way to not lose, but also not play. If you can't win, don't play. And the only way you do that is by making sure both teams get.
He goaded them, right? He goaded them into an outcome that he influenced the outcome that he desired.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of a little. He can do a little side gig, doing a kind of influential video on how to.
I'll pause the video to tell me, and he's like, "This is where Victor told you that if the skate goes over the red line, then that."
Yeah, no, that's right. And
I didn't know those details, right?
Yeah. They were very obvious about that again. And it's just interesting that even as Mr. C was skating over towards him, he wasn't skating over the blue line. He was skating on his own side.
Yeah, Keller. Yeah.
But Shoresy there have that skate over. So he totally goaded them into doing that, and they're good. And I think the gym was almost like it was supposed to and show that, hey, where is everybody? The fact that it was empty, it's like, hey, this is where the team is supposed to be, yet they're not here.
Or, I mean, who knows? Maybe in future episodes, this will come into play as well. We don't know yet. But
I'm sure it will.
So Jason Eichert says that JJ was at the game. So maybe I just missed him, but he must have been at the game. Matt, have you had a chance to say anything yet?
No, I wasn't sure whose turn it was because Victor was back at it.
Right.
So it's okay. It's good. It's all good content. This
we're just bachelor.
I got a golf club. It's so good. They just they just keep delivering in this season. And one thing I'm actually happy I've done on this is I've seen the whole series twice. So I've watched ahead. What I'll say, and there's been a couple. No, I'm okay with the blue spatch on this one because it's actually made my realization of a lot of it even more insightful. So these episodes are so content heavy, right? It's like to the degree that you can miss things very quickly because they're short and they're deep and there's a lot going on. So I'll admit the first time I watched through, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like excited about it. Right. I was like, there's a few moments, of course, but all in, I was like, all right, that was cool. But as I watched it again and took things in, so even that reunion scene as an example, that was long. You're right. It was fucking really long. It didn't need to be that long. But as I watched it back, I was kind of ready for some of those moments and I got excited. And the weirdest thing, this might be a weird opinion or a comparison. One of my all-time favorite comedies is Wedding Crashers. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love that movie. But the first time I watched it, I hated it.
Oh.
I was like, meh, I didn't get it. It just flew past me. I didn't really enjoy it. When I took a turn to go back and watch it again, I was sold, and now it's up there as my top. So sometimes you need to have that review of something to get that extra insight, to take in some of the nuances you've missed. And that's what, like, Shoresy, I'm glad I did it twice because there's just so much amazing content. I will focus this one like on the scenes. There's 4 key scenes. The open was brilliant. The reunion, I think, is brilliant. The Michaels scene is unreal. And one thing we haven't talked about, I love the dynamic going on in that scene where Nat is mom, right? She really is. She's mom. They're like 2 arguing kids, and she's trying to rein them in. How the whole, why do you keep saying your name, Nat? Like it's like he's complaining to mom, and I love that whole hell dynamic and how they pulled that around because that just made that scene so much fun. So huge applause to them. That is the MVP scene. Those 3 going at it, especially, and I just love it. And then the one thing we haven't really talked about in depth is the final scene, that extended wide shot. That is a brave moment to put that long of just a scene like that, no cutting, and I absolutely loved it.
And the commentary is mostly in French with no subtitles. So, I mean, if you don't know French, you don't know what's going on. I mean, every once in a while they break into broken English to kind of let you know what's going on. But it was interesting choice.
And I would love to hear too, because I was trying to pay attention because that's why I've watched that scene a few times too. I spent one view just monitoring people in the crowd to see if people were doing weird things. I didn't find anything, maybe this, but I thought that was a real missed opportunity to have some quirky things kind of happening in the background, like other fights breaking out or something like that, just to draw your eye. But yeah, the French aspect, I was trying to listen, and I don't speak French, but I was wondering if it was actually legit French the whole time. I know they're breaking.
They do a lot of repetition. They repeat a lot, and it's like more for kind of comedic element.
They were mostly saying LaBouf's name all over and over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Was it actually sentences they were saying in dialogue, or were they just kind of rambling words and names and calling?
And they were
French,
saying like, "Oh, they're doing paper, rock, scissors now," and they said it in French first, and then So, but
the important stuff was said in English.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that let's all agree on that.
Like what you couldn't make out by actually seeing what was happening, they would say it in English.
Yeah, but I love that scene. I love the ability to take that shot and just hold it. Just let us take in what was going on, and I thought that was brilliant on their part. And then right down to Shoresy himself. They're continuing to build all these layers on him. You know, from the reunion scenes, you get his backstory. The Laura Moore scenes that you keep getting, you're seeing this sort of charm about him. They're taking a character which historically you hate, and episode by episode, they're making him more likable, even amongst him being a dick. Still, they're making relatable, likable, and something you want to keep watching. So I think they've done a fantastic job on this so far.
I mean, I enjoyed the episode. Brenya, I was with you the first time I saw that the reunion scene felt a little long, but I appreciated the backstory that it was given. I really enjoyed anytime Shoresy's flirting with Laura Moore. I love those scenes, and the cold open scene was great. But that scene with Michaels was brilliant. It's the timing of it, just so good. It's like Letterkenny writing, or Kiso's writing at its writing and editing. Like, so Kiso and Tierney at their best, I think is the best way to put it. It was so like quick back and forth, and just the timing and the comedic elements of it were great. Yeah, I mean, sure, the whole like they kind of left you hanging with what happened with the brawl, but I feel like we're going to find out what happened with the brawl in the next episode. So they can't
You
cover.
feel like, or you know,
Well, I know, but even back then, I knew, they weren't going to leave that unfinished. Like, obviously something happened there that forced them to have to figure out a way to have that, to nullify that game. Sure. So they did. So overall, I really enjoyed the episode. Brenya?
I agree. There's not a whole lot that I disagree. This portion of it, I'm kind of mad because Matt took my thunder with the ending scene.
Oh, sorry. Go. I want to hear your perspective on why you love it. No, I think we need to talk more about these shots and these. Yeah,
I think the ending scene was completely epic. I think coming from just the Letterkenny universe, so you see the scenes in Letterkenny and then the few scenes that you've seen so far in Shoresy, I think this scene alone tops off any sort of scene that you've seen in the universe. And that I'm talking about, including the slow motion of, and I know I'm mixing here, but I'm talking about the slow motion scene where Wayne's walking towards Murray Fred when he first meets her, when there's the big fight where they're on the reservation,
the cookout,
and they go to back up Tanis, the cookout. I mean, this scene just completely owns all of the epic scenes that have ever been made so far in Letterkenny. And I think it's just absolutely brilliant the way they pull it back. It looks very much as if you were watching it on TV. I mean, I know that's what we're doing, but
or even watching in the arena, like from far up, like from the high seats or whatever. Yeah,
very much so. They made it very, very realistic because you would be watching that, and then you would just hear the people, the commentators in the back. So that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite scenes out of the entire season. Tierney and Torrens, I absolutely love them when they first came in, and the way Jacob Tierney just emphasizes pitter patter panini both times just cracks me up no matter what. I just laugh so hard at that. Frankie JJ, like he isn't anywhere. You see him when they're first sitting at that after they go to the new scene, after they do the family reunion, and he says, "I got to take a piss," and then he disappears. And so it's like, where did Frankie JJ go? Is he hanging out in the toilet still? So it was just, and the whole episode before the scene with Michaels and Shoresy is, again, it's great. I have nothing to add to that. But what I do want to add on the last part too is on that scene where Shoresy's egging him on, and he swings that stick. I love the gyms because he swings the stick. The guy goes after him, and Gym 1 and Gym 3 actually come out immediately and start brawling, while Gym 2 grabs Shoresy and pulls him back off of the rink.
Good
and that's
detail.
what leads everyone to. That's what leads the entire team into that area and off of the ice. And I just think that's great. I absolutely love the gyms.
Yeah.
So those are just some of my.
And during that brawl, I think that Benny and Remy were like violence. They were saying violence in French. Like that's yes, they are using French words. It's debatable whether they're stringing together, proper French sentences, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah. It was French. It was about the English dialogue, not the French dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. All right, great. This is amazing. So we'll go on to ratings now. Victor, what do you give this episode?
Oh, it's an easy fresh once again. I'm so sorry, Trace, but we have to just be honest here. I mean, it's a blast.
Yeah.
It's a blast. I'm just eagerly awaiting for the announcement of season 2 right now.
Okay. Again, we'll put you down as undecided. Tanya, what do you give this episode?
Yeah, no, Victor's completely 100% on. It's a fresh for sure. It ticks off all the boxes, and it's a great episode.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, let's not drag it out. It's a beauty. It's I love it. These have just been so much fun, and I'm with Victor. I can't wait for that announcement. It better come. They're just doing. I'm very happy with what they're doing.
Okay. I love how you're not wanting to say fresh. So it's a beauty.
I'm making it a thing.
Okay, fine. I'm putting down fresh though. All right. So I'm going to say this,
It's French to English.
My first time watching the whole series, if I remember correctly, this was my least favorite of the entire series. But again, it was that scene just felt really long the first time I saw it, but now I just appreciate it more. So this time around, I loved watching that scene. And a lot of it has to do with, it's fucking Scott Thompson. They got Scott Thompson to come on for one episode and he was awesome. He was great. And basically humanize Shoresy, make him a fully fledged human character. So I loved it. I love the dynamic there. I love the potential for future storylines with that whole family. That whole family is just going to be one bizarre kind of family. So I guess I'll give this one a fresh.
Wondrous. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I regret nothing.
Victor's unicorn background is back, and Brenya.
You should have had the bird. You should have pushed the bird button instead.
Yeah, the chirping. Brenya, the unicorn is in the books. The third straight Shoresy unicorn is in the books. So pressure's off. What do you give this one?
Despite my feelings about the whole family reunion, I still think it's a fresh. I loved the second half. Anything Shoresy's my favorite character, so anything that he does, I think, is pretty much gold. But I loved it. I loved the whole.
Was he always
half.
your favorite character?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's always been my favorite character.
There you go.
Something about his trash talking I love. So yeah, I still, like I said, despite the first half, I still love it. Second half definitely did it for me. So it's a fresh for me.
Excellent. All right, let's move on to game sticks. Victor, who do you give the game stick to?
Well, I and thank you, Brenya, because I think you're the only one that kind of talked about the scene, because we didn't really give it enough love, I don't think. But Lenny and Benny, I was wondering, how are we going to get Glenn in here? And we didn't get Glenn, but we got the second best thing, and maybe it's even the first best thing. I mean, Martin Brodeur was always my favorite goalie after Ron Hextall, and we didn't get Martin Brodeur, but we got Benoit Brodeur. So yeah, so I loved it, and I was struggling, and Lawrence was also awesome, but I was struggling whether the MVP goes to Benny or does it go to his suit, because that suit was just it was so nostalgic. Brings me back to Slapshot with those announcers from Slapshot. I think it might have been even the same suit from Slapshot. So I loved it. I thought it was incredible.
Okay, so you're giving it to Benny's suit?
Benny and the suits.
Benny and the
Benny and the
suits. Ridiculous. Tanya, bring us back to reality.
I feel like I have to give it to Shoresy. Like, I loved him in every single one of the scenes. Like, everything he said was fantastic. Keep saying sisters. You both called him dad. Him and working
so
on
true. It's so
him
true.
and working on Laura Moore, and calling out to some invisible person that Laura Moore is the best looking person, and so and him and Nat and Mark, that whole whole, it was just every single scene. He made me laugh, and it was just one thing after another, and I thought it was fantastic.
Okay, so Shoresy it is. Matt, what do you give it to?
Good choice for sure. I'm actually, because I feel like Brenya's in the same wavelength on this one, but I'm going to send some love to the crew, and I'm going to give my game stick to Billy Butchery and his crew for that final scene. I get so drawn into the art sometimes when they really take those moments, and that scene just made me very, very happy, and I appreciated everything about that moment. So yeah, the episode was fantastic, but I'm sending some love that way today.
Excellent. Good pick. Yeah. That's going off. You're almost pulling a victor there, but I like your pick better than
a little more reasonable one.
Yeah. A little more reasonable. You know what? So, and hearing Tanya talk, I was about to give it to Shoresy, but then I looked on the live stream, and you know what? Damn it. I'm giving a shout out to the dad character, to Scott Thompson's character. He was great. I loved him. And I would love to see more of him. But yeah, whenever something was said that was ridiculous, it's like, oh, no, actually that was said. Yes. Like it's just the way he delivered his scene was really good. It was a short part of a long scene, but I really enjoyed it. And just having a kid in the hall on a Kiso verse or Letty verse, whatever you want to call it. Letterverse, show is great. I love it. So Brenya, who do you give the game stick to?
I'm gonna be awkward and be the one weird one.
Do it.
So first of all, I really wanted to give it to the gyms, specifically just for that last scene. But actually mine is going to go to Sanguinette.
Hey. He's so
because
cute.
What sticks out in my head, and I can't get over it no matter how many times I've seen this, and even as I continue to think about it, is when he pulls up in his Jeep and Dolo, Goody, and Hitch are getting into their brawl. He runs out and is ready to get right in there with them.
And what's he going to do, right?
Running up. What's he going to do? But second of all, he gets up in there, and as soon as he's getting one of the other dudes just comes and takes him from the side.
Yeah, he's immediately
and it's just done. And it just stuck out to me because it's like, how many times will you see, he's a coach now, but he's still very much part of the team, very much wants to be with everybody. He will go and stand by his guys, and it just stuck with me. So
loyal to a fault.
Wow. All right.
Yes.
Sanguinette, and when you say you're going to be the one awkward person here, that bar is set way too high by Victor.
Way too high.
Don't worry. You weren't the awkward one.
Never.
You're practically
he gave it to an unborn fetus.
Yeah. Well, and this time he gave it to a suit. He gave it to Benny's suits.
You can't undo that, Victor.
You can't ever undo that.
I stand by my pick.
Oh, man. Anyway, let's go on to top fives. This is episode 4. So where would you rank this one, Victor?
Oh man. They're all number ones, right? At this point, it almost doesn't matter. But maybe I'll slip it into number 2, just because I'm still so impressed that we got a full hockey game last time.
Yeah, you really enjoyed that one. Yeah.
Yeah, this time we got a whole family reunion, and then a little bit more. So it's almost kind of very similar that way. But just because Tanya was annoyed by that gym scene, I'll make this one a number 2.
Okay, Tanya, where would you rank this one?
It's hard. It actually really is. I'm going to say 2 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt?
What's my order so far? Do you have that information?
Oh, geez, you're making me.
You're out of order.
I don't like this game though, because I'm with Victor. They're all so good.
This one is a little more difficult because it's just an ongoing story, right?
Well, that's it, right?
Yeah,
you're invested now.
You've got veteran presence. So episode 2 is your number 1.
Yeah.
Never Lose Again. Episode 1 is your number 2, and Know Your Role. So last week's episode is your number 3.
God, I don't like this game anymore.
Know your role and just get it together.
Now I want to take episode 1 and put it to 4 and put this at 2.
You're allowed to do that.
Yeah,
Like,
you're allowed
I'm going to do it. It's just I don't like it.
Okay.
You're not supposed to like it. You're just supposed to give your answer.
Don't tell me how to feel.
All right.
Victor.
So you're moving a veteran presence down to number 4, and you're putting this one at number 2. So Never Lose Again is your number 1. Is number 1.
Is veteran presence the first episode?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
then that's correct. Then that's accurate.
Okay. Very confusing. I'm going to leave this one at number 4 because, like I said, the first time I saw this was my least favorite episode, as good as it is. So all the other ones to me are still, better. So this one here is number 4 for me. Brenya, I'm not going to ask you to rank Shoresy, but did you rank your Letterkenny episodes? Do you have those?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I just want to throw out real quick. I think Squirrely Matt, veteran presence, I think is number 2.
I know you look unhappy with me. I'm very conflicted here, Brenya. I'm not going to lie. I don't like this. I'm really genuinely not liking this game right now.
Okay.
It's okay. I forgive you. Anyway, my 5 for Letterkenny. So it's probably the same that I said back in November. May one change, but number 1 is A Fuss at the Golf Course.
Okay.
Number 2 is Super Soft Birthday. Number 3, my number 3 is Holy Sheets. Number 4 is National Senior Championship, and then 5 is Red Card, Yellow Card.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's a couple of different ones in the top.
Red Card, Yellow Card is what birthed the Blue Spatula.
Yes, it was.
And that's probably why she picked it too. There you go.
And are we also lucky?
And now there's a shirt.
Yeah, now there's a shirt that at least one person owns. Okay, Red Card, Yellow Card, National Senior
Because they
Hockey.
won it.
Yeah, because they won it. Yeah, she got it for free. But whatever. We won't need to. Anyway, that's amazing. All right, so let's move on quickly to. Oh, I've lost my soundboard. Where's my soundboard? Here it is. What am I looking for? No, not One Job. Oh fuck! I've lost it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's time for
the Letterkenny Cold Open Bracket Update.
Right.
Let me tell you, this week, I don't know how. Yeah, we're all shaking our heads. What a weird week.
Yeah, bad things happen.
Bad things happen. I mean, whatever. It's democracy, I guess. But here we go. We had Only a Lonely. Losing out to Fun Dip Dry Rip 74-31. And I mean, that one, fine, whatever. I wasn't too, married to any one of those. But we have Alphabet Aerobics beating out Wayne and Tanis 82-65. That one's close too. But here's the one that hurts. I don't get this, but okay. The people have spoken. To be fair, 138. Attentions paid 90. What the hell, people?
Now, here's a question. I mean, I want to know voters if they're going back and watching these, or they're just hearing the word "to be fair" and they're all in their head going "to be fair" and then laughing and then clicking the button.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only valid explanation I can think of. Attentions paid being eliminated in this round. To be fair,
Trace, do you have to talk about it?
I know. To be fair, was a good, and actually, I did see. I should have copied it, but our friend Crystal, she did make an argument that she enjoyed To Be Fair more than Attentions Paid. So I mean, I guess there are people out there who, are wrong, but apparently 138 of them over 90.
Well, to be fair,
to be fair.
I may have given a vote to be fair.
What? The hell, Victor?
I'm not shocked that Victor would do that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not surprised. You're right. Not surprising at all. Why? Because you want to be a contrarian, or do you actually believe To Be Fair is better than Attentions Paid?
You know what? I thought that it was better. I mean, I don't know what do you want me to say?
So disappointing. So disappointing. Anyway, we're going to move on.
To see the world burn and people fight about it.
Yes, apparently so. Okay, we're going to move on. There was a poll that I forgot to read out last week, so I'm going to read it out to this week. And it's, what do you think we should call the world of Letterkenny and Shoresy? And we had, the options I had were Letterverse, Kisoverse, LKU, LKU or other. So Kieselverse won 39.6% over 37.2% Letterverse. So it was pretty close. It doesn't mean anything. Like we're going to call it whatever we're going to call it. But then I asked for some
Thanks for taking the poll.
Yeah, so I asked for some suggestions, and
This is not democracy.
and one I really enjoyed. Unfortunately, the person's Twitter handle is like, I can't read it. It's FK or whatever. The universe. I fucking loved it. Universe. But you have to say it, universe, or see it written out, or else it doesn't mean anything because it's just the universe.
It's cute, but it's not nuclear.
I don't know. And then Cowboy said, wait, LKU is really good. I want to change my vote from Letterverse. Somebody said Lettershore or Canada. That's from Just a Texan. Or Reality 2.0 from U Beast. Kennyverse. That's from Ruhito Abides.
Someone just say Canada?
Yeah, somebody just said Canada. The Drew Barthlow said Gus and Bruniverse, so I thought that was kind of fun, and that kind of triggered me to say, how about the Pupperverse? So that's also because they drink puppers in both shows, so that it could be the Pupperverse as well. So anyway, thank you for your help with that.
I like
poll.
Gus and Bruniverse. That's a good one.
Gus and Bruniverse was fun. So for sure. All right, and that's all I have. I don't think I have any news for this week or any reviews or listener comments. So we'll move on to final comments. Victor, what you got?
What do I got? Well, first, I'm encouraged by you saying this is the weakest episode. At the same, it's almost kind of spoiling a little bit. So settle down there. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the next. I guess there's only 2 episodes left?
two left. Yeah,
that's very discouraging. I mean, when we started Letterkenny, we had like 8 seasons or something like that in front of us. So this is I'm starting to feel the way the Letterverse felt when we started. But so this was great. Brenya, you were awesome. I really want to thank you for being authentic and real in your kind of review, especially with the first scene. You didn't let the peer pressure of the DGens here, influence your.
You included, by the way.
I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, thanks for that authenticity. That's really great, and it's encouraged, and it's mostly a safe space to do that.
Yes. Mostly, unless your name's Matt, and then it's not. Tanya
or Tanya.
Your final comments.
Brenya, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I loved your insight. You were so well spoken, and your nerves didn't show at all. So if you were nervous, you were amazing. Yeah, it was. I'm so looking forward to, and I'm even more so looking forward to watching all the episodes already again of Shoresy with her son. And,
wow. Who are you? What have you done with my wife?
I'm really looking forward to it because you know what? The Shoresy is, I find it to be even better than what the Letterkenny was. And it not that I get the hockey references because I don't get all of those, but it's all the best parts of Letterkenny. Is what we're seeing in Shoresy, I feel. And, even driving through the city yesterday, driving through Toronto and seeing an ad at a bus.
For Shoresy on a bus shelter. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it really does well. And I hope it gets picked up for many more seasons for sure.
Mm-hmm. Matt?
Brenya, I'm so glad you finally made it out. I know you've been in the chat for a long time. You've been commenting online. So I'm so glad we finally got to meet you. You brought your A game. Thanks for joining. We so appreciate it. Tanya, it sounds like you are doing some Stockholm syndrome here, but it's okay. We welcome it in this case. You've come full circle, and that's wonderful. So keep enjoying, binge watch all you want, go through it multiple times. Welcome. You made it.
Welcome to the club.
You can probably update the description to say we made it. So that's good. And this is so much fun. I mean, I'm upset there's only 2 left because I really am enjoying this series. Like, what do we have? 3 in a row unicorns on this. There is just a lot of happy and fun happening through this series. Great job to the team that put this together because it's really paying off. So
absolutely
looking forward to more.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're seeing an evolution of Jared Kiso as a writer. I think Letterkenny was his first major project, and he's got, even those seasons have gotten better. I think the last season we rated, season 10, was one of our highest rated seasons. So he's gotten better at that. But this is also just a very different show, right? This is more of a story. This is more of a continuum of a story, not a bunch of like funny skits put together loosely by a storyline. So it's not. I don't think we need to be comparing the two, but one thing's for sure: were it not for Letterkenny, Shoresy wouldn't exist. So, one has to come before the other, right? Brenya, you were great. Thank you so much. So thank you for joining us. You didn't seem nervous at all. You did a great job, and hopefully, you come back, and hopefully now you'll also join us in our after parties and our Ag Hall socials. Now that you've shown your face and shown that you're a real person, I was always wondering, like, is Brenya real? Maybe she's Jared Kiso in disguise. Like I was, wondering if we'd turn on the Zoom today and see, Shoresy. But thank you so much. You did a great job, and we hope to have you back.
Yeah, and your hotspot did great as well.
Yes, your hotspot hardly ever froze. Well, do you have any comments?
Thank you. Yeah, so much. Thank you guys for having me. And I kind of like being kind of the unknown in the universe. So it's like, who is she? Is she real? What does she do? So yeah, it was great. I'm really glad that I came out. I was telling Al before this that I'm a lurker. I usually hang out in the back and see, like, I'm not active in the DMs very much, but I read them every single day. So I always usually know what's going on. And I had to be talked into coming into this because when Al first messaged me, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I was like, maybe not. And coworkers and my supervisor, thank you. My supervisor was like, do it. So everyone's super excited to hear. Everyone's super excited to hear about it. So cool. I'm glad I came. You guys were great. So yeah, thank you so much.
Well, hello to Brenya's supervisor, and thank you for coercing her and using your position of power to make her come on the podcast.
Yeah, in the chat, you're getting great job, Brenya.
Yes.
Yay, Brenya. And then
absolutely,
Liz is saying props for the lurkers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, let's hear it for the lurkers. All right, I'm going to play us off here with the song from tonight's episode, "Father, Father" by Jay Prince.
Oh yeah, we getting now.
And that's all we have for this episode. Next week, we review and recap episode 5 of Shoresy, Hockey Brings People Together, with our friend and first-timer, Maurice. Don't forget to give our not Maurice, Britt and Mo. I wrote down the name in Patreon, but it's Britt and Mo are joining us next week. And it's Don't Call Me Brittany, Britt. Don't forget to give our sponsor, Diabolical Coffee, some love. They are at diabolicalcoffee.com. Right now, you can use the promo code PRODUCESTAND for 10% off any purchase from their site. If you'd like to support the podcast, tell your friends, rate us on iTunes, Spotify, become a patron. There's a Patreon link on our site or Twitter profile at ProduceStandPod. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at ProduceStandPod. Thank you for joining us. Now we're going to the after party on behalf of Brenya, Matt, Victor, Tanya, and myself. Thank you for listening and have a great week.
Tell everybody I'ma go wild, wild, wild west for the night. How about right now for the night? Yeah, we getting now.